Hello and welcome to another episode of Gig and Tell podcast. I'm Tash.
I'm Phil.
And today we thought we'd talk about the tips and tricks for concerts, so things that we've picked up along the way, because I'd say we've got plenty of concert experience now to be able to advise.
We've got a good few years of concert experience.
Yeah. If you think about it, actually, how many years has it been? About 15?
My first gig was 2013, so for me it's 13.
I think mine was only the year before. No, it was Bieber 2010. 2011, 12. I don't know. Around that number. So we thought we'd give some tips and tricks as to things that we've picked up along our way. So do you want to start off with the first tip and trick that we would advise on?
My first tip, especially for the big ones, not so necessary for the little ones, but the ones that you know are going to sell out quickly.
Your Sabrinas and your Biebers and
the big ones.
Arctic Monkeys.
Is having multiple devices, networks, accounts,
People.
the lot. Yeah, just everything you have. Like, we got some tickets, and sometimes it can tell if you're logged in to multiple things on the same network. So I will have like my computer on the Wi-Fi and my phone on data so that it's picking up from different networks.
That's very smart.
Different accounts, because Ticketmaster now can pick up if you're on your laptop and your phone. It will only let you use one. So I have
These are things you wouldn't even think about.
I have multiple Ticketmaster accounts.
Smart.
And then I just transfer all the tickets to the one, so I've got all the tickets in the same place. So I always have multiple things available. The one time I didn't was because I wasn't expecting the tickets to come out. I didn't know that they didn't pre-announce a tour. If you remember, Bradley Simpson did not announce his tour. He just went, tickets are on sale now. No one knew what was coming. And I was at work and I only had my phone with me. And an hour before, the Lizzie McAlpine tickets had gone on sale. So I'd got those, and then because I'd been trying to get tickets for 2 different shows and I was refreshing, and the Brad one was pure chaos, like the traffic on that website must have been horrific, and it decided that because I'd tried to buy tickets for 2 different things, I was a bot, and it was like, try a different network, and I was like, I can't try a different network, I'm at work.
Yeah.
It was like, try a different device. I don't have another device, I am at work.
Yeah.
Whereas normally I would take another device if I knew.
Yeah.
But the Lizzie McAlpine tickets were like quite easy to get, whereas the Brad Simpson one was small venues, pure chaos. Like, his first shows as a solo artist, so it was just like mental. And I regretted that I did not have another device, but I didn't know, so there's no way I would know.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that, but that's a very good tip to make sure that you're logged into different devices.
Different devices, different sites. When we were trying to get the tickets for My Chemical Romance, the setup that we had was
I can't even imagine.
Unreal. So we have 2 screens at work. So I had my 2 screens in front of me. I had my laptop, which I took in. I had my tablet, which I took in, and I had my phone. And then my manager did the same thing. She had her 2 screens up and she had her phone. So we had like 8 screens between us.
Wow, that is dedication.
And it was still hard because AXS, for some reason, we weren't the only ones, because I thought it was maybe that we were on our works network. I thought it was maybe because of that it was saying that, again, it was having issues saying we were like bots, or that we were like scouts trying to get tickets and sell them. But apparently loads of people had the same problem with that. So AXS was written off. We couldn't get them on there. I think we ended up getting them on Ticketmaster, but we had every site that was selling them open. We were watching all the queues go up. Like, we had blocked out time in this day and we're like, no one disturb us because we need these tickets.
This is top priority. Work comes second.
100%. So as many devices as you can, as many accounts.
I will say that's a good one, because I feel like a lot of people will just go straight to Ticketmaster because that's the most common site to buy tickets from that you know is legitimate. But there's loads of other sites that are legitimate too if you buy from Gigs and Tours.
I was about to say, for the ones that are on Gigs and Tours, I always go there because you will have so much traffic on Ticketmaster, so much traffic on C-Tickets.
You're more likely to get a
yeah.
ticket on gig and
Yeah.
gig and tell, anyways.
Gigs and tours.
You can't get a ticket from there, but you can on gigs and tours.
AXS, until My Chemical Romance, I'd never had a problem. With AXS, I'd always found it so easy. You know what else I always find easy that I've not had to use it that many times, but Ticketek is a good one. I've never had an issue with them. I just go straight in, get tickets out, done. But again, I think they're the sites for smaller artists, so it is easier anyway.
Right. Okay.
But they're the ones I've used for the ones that are kind of that middle ground where they're slightly too big for the venues they're playing, so they do sell out, but they're not stadium huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been on some journeys.
You said that about like Kian De Crow, didn't you? Like he was really too big to be playing in a small venue.
Yeah, like the way that he popped off.
Yeah.
And Alex Warren, I didn't get Alex Warren tickets. I unfortunately did not even see the tour announcement until it had sold out.
Aww.
So I was a bit gutted about that. And then arena prices. So I didn't get tickets to his arena tour either, which I don't think has happened yet.
Okay.
But when he played the O2 Academy, I missed out on that.
Damn.
I was a bit gutted, but that was just on me not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, the first time I ever failed to get tickets, I was so gutted, but we were on holiday, so I didn't have... And it was the day we were leaving as well, so we were out of the caravan by the time the tickets went on sale, and there was no Wi-Fi.
No.
And the signal was really bad. And that was when the Blink-182 tickets went on sale, and I was just gutted, but we were just in the wrong place. Like, if I'd have been at home.
Yeah. I could cry at the fact that we didn't go and see them. However, when we got there, I thought that it was a sign that we were going to get tickets because we turned up and the lodge that they gave us to stay in was Lodge 182.
Like, can you believe it?
I was like, oh my God, we're in Lodge 182. And we were expecting the tickets to come out while we were on that holiday because we knew when they were scheduled to be on pre-sale. Was that the pre-sale?
That was the general
Or the
sale.
general
I don't
sale.
think I could get the pre-sale for some reason.
I think that
Or did we
someone
try
tried
and
on the
just
pre-sale.
fail? Maybe I just failed on both.
And then, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, that is destiny that we're going to get these tickets. And it just wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. But what can you do?
Yeah, that was a sad time. But, like, every time I failed has been because I wasn't at home.
Yeah, to
and
be
I
fair,
wasn't prepared.
I've never met someone so good at getting tickets than you.
Mm-hmm.
You and Rosie are both very, very good at, like, solidifying tickets.
I think I became the one that got them. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm the more techie person or if it's just because of the jobs that I've had. Like,
You're mostly available and you're out of bed.
yeah, like...
The downfall of our other friends is their bedtime
I was
hours.
unemployed for so long that I was at home and I was the one to get the tickets. And then, like, again, the jobs that I've had, I've just had really understanding managers that either help or they are happy with me taking a break at 10 o'clock and going to get tickets.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, the one job I worked in, there was no signal in the town. Ever. Like, if I'm in that town, I don't have signal, and I hated, like, I would leave work and I'd start walking home and I'd start getting all my messages come through and I'd have to catch up on all the group chats. And I remember, like, tickets going on sale when I was there and I was like, I need to leave for a little while. I need to walk up the road so I can get some signal.
Yeah.
So I can get these tickets because everyone else is at work.
Yeah.
Like, all of us were working and I'm the only one that had the access to that at the time. So I was like, I need to go.
Yeah.
Just give me half an hour. This is my break. I'll be back.
And this is what I need. This is what I live for. The reason I'm at this job is so that I can pay for the thing that I need to go and pay for
because
right
that was
now.
like the Vamps as well. So I was like, I am going up the road.
Yeah.
Like, bye.
I saw a funny meme the other day that was actually like me turning up at my job to pay for all the concerts that I go to. But it was worded really funny and it was saying like, this is my side hustle for my, like, I don't know, but it was, yeah. And it was really funny. I was like, that is literally me. I go to work so that I can afford to pay off all the concerts that I've already bought.
It's so true.
Okay, also on the subject of when you're buying your tickets is do not refresh the page. So when you are going in to buy your tickets, just to make sure that you aren't kicking yourself out of the queue because there's just nothing worse.
This is something that changed recently.
Okay.
Because when I first started buying tickets, it was like 9:59. You'd be like,
Refresh.
because sometimes there would be like a bit of a, like, I don't know if it was like just the slightest, like it wasn't perfectly timed. And sometimes they would come on like 2 minutes early, so you would like when it got close to time, you would just sit there for 5 minutes, just pressing refresh until it went through.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that anymore. It automatically refreshes when they go on sale.
I think it says on it, doesn't it? You are in the queue. Do not refresh the page,
Yeah.
or we are working on your request. Do not refresh
Even if
the
it's not
page.
one that sends you into like a waiting room or a queue, it gives you like a unique URL.
Right.
So your queue position is based on your URL then, rather than like a physical queue. Or like if you've got it up prior to the waiting room or the queue opening, it's the same thing. Like just open the page, don't refresh
And then it'll do its work for you.
Every now and then, there's one that you need to.
Yeah.
Like there'll be one that just doesn't go, and it's so hard. And I've been so annoyed before when I've been like, don't press refresh, don't press refresh. But I think there are sites that you do need to.
Right. Okay. So you have to pinpoint what's what.
The main ones, the Ticketmasters, don't press refresh if you can help it. If you get to a point where you're like, okay, it's like 10:03, it's not a waiting room, I'm not going through. Try it.
Yeah.
But until it starts getting past that time, just don't even bother.
Be patient.
Yeah, for sure. This one has saved me so many times, because if you are someone who gets tickets a lot and to a lot of big shows, or even the smaller ones, sometimes there's problems. Sometimes there's a problem with the site, and you will start panicking, and you'll be like, oh my god, I'm never going to get tickets. Keep an eye on social media, keep an eye on places. It's always been Twitter for me, but I feel like it's changing now and I don't know where to look anymore.
Yeah, since it changed to X, it's kind of been pushed
like
to the side,
it used to be the
Twitter.
place to be like, I would always, if I was trying to get tickets and there was any issues, I would be on Twitter and I'd be searching like the artist and ticket sale and click on latest, and you'd see everyone else having the same problem. You'd be like, okay, it's a problem with the site.
What about Threads? Is that something that people are like more leaning towards now, that is kind of like Twitter?
I don't know.
Because I don't have Threads.
I use Threads a lot, but I don't. My algorithm on there is not very musical.
Okay. I feel like that gives me the kind of vibes that it would be like that. But
It's supposed to be Twitter, really.
Okay.
But I think the way that people communicate now, it's probably TikTok that's going to be best to keep an eye on, because people will just post a quick short video of like their screen and like a chaotic sound and be like, when the Ticketmaster site crashes, you know what I mean, or however they caption it. So I think that keeping an eye on the artist's social media, because if there is a problem, usually they will post about it when they can. There was one, I think it was another Vamps one. There's just always drama. There was a Vamps ticket sale that I think it was potentially the Nottingham show that we went to. They're getting tickets for that. The site was not having it. There was so many people having problems, and what a lot of people ended up doing was calling the venue and booking it through the venue rather than through the site.
Can you do that?
That one, it was a theatre, wasn't it, rather than like a music venue?
Nottingham.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
So I think because it was that, they kind of had that other. They had like a phone box office as well.
Wow.
I'm not entirely sure, but genuinely, just keeping an eye on social media and seeing what other people are doing.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can find out.
Fair
when
enough.
you're like under pressure and you're like, I've got 10 minutes before these are going to sell out. Or like you have the reassurance of, okay, I'm not the only one having problems. No one can get tickets. It relieves the stress a little bit.
Yeah.
Of like, it's not going to sell out because no one can get them.
Yeah.
And you just keep an eye on it then to see when people are having when people are like, oh, it's working now. You can be like, quick, get the tickets.
Yeah. I will say,
time.
if there's anyone that I trust on this planet to get me tickets, it's you. Like, if you're going to take anything from this video, take the ticket points from Phil, because there's
There's
no one I
that
trust
I have
more.
failed
So the next tip that we need to talk about is keeping track of your tickets so that you know where they are. Really, this is probably more relevant if you've got lots of concerts going on and you don't know what's where. Whereas I feel like if you just buy a random concert because you don't really go to concerts, you're going to know what's happening with that
it's
one
less
because
so.
you don't really need to keep track of it because there's
Yeah.
only one event. But if you are someone that goes to a lot of concerts and you buy off these different sites, it can get very confusing when we've got like 6 in a row and we're like, who's got the tickets? Where's the venue? What is it? An email ticket? Is it a Ticketmaster ticket? Is it in a wallet? Is it being posted? Like, it is so important to keep track of how many tickets you've got. Because, like water parks, for example, we're going to see water parks next month.
Next month.
Next month, and I was like, who's coming? Like, who's got a ticket for that? Because we always go with different people. I was like, right, let's figure out who those 5 tickets are for because I can't remember who's going.
We knew 4 for sure, and we were like,
Who's the other
Who's
ticket?
the fifth?
So just keeping track of like what tickets you've got, where you've got them, when the dates are for certain,
Yeah.
like keeping like track of it all, which you're very good at.
Yeah, because it's too many times it's got to the day and we're on our way and everyone's like, who's got the tickets? And I'm like, oh, me somewhere. Which app is it in?
Yeah.
Which account did I buy it on?
Is it
'Cause I've
on
got all the
email?
different accounts. Like, it used to be so easy because you'd get the physical post of you get the physical ticket through the post and you'd have your drawer or wherever you kept them. We had a drawer. We knew where all the tickets were. They were in that drawer.
Mm-hmm.
When it started going to emails, it was fine. It's in my emails. I'll just make sure when the email comes through with a ticket in, I'll just star it. Well, now, sometimes they're on the email.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're on the app.
Yeah.
Some of them go to the same app. So I think Gigs and Tours goes through to the C-Tickets wallet.
Yeah.
So now, when I buy a ticket, I have a spreadsheet. I'm very over the top with it because I will forget. So I have a Google Sheet so I can access it from any device. If my phone breaks, I still have it.
Nice.
And it's got the date of the gig, it's got the artist, how many tickets I bought, who they're for, and where the ticket is.
Yeah.
What app it's
Does
in.
it say the venue as well or no?
Oh yes, and the venue that it's at as well. So if anyone has a question, maybe I should start an indoors time too there.
I think you should start, when you've added it on, share it to the group chat so that we all know where we stand.
Well, you can share access to Google Sheets anyway. I can just allow you access and you can look at it any time. But then if I buy you a ticket as a surprise, I'm going to have to write it somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe don't do that then. We can just ask you.
Screenshot it every now and then and send it in.
Yeah, but that's very important and very good, especially when you go to a lot of concerts, so that we know exactly where we stand, because it can get very confusing if you buy it from one site and then it adds it to, like, if you buy it from Gigs and Tours, you wouldn't then expect to find it in the C-Tickets wallet, so it does get a little bit confusing, but as long as you keep track of where everything is, it's not too bad.
Especially because, like I say, like when I buy them on Ticketmaster and I'm using different accounts, I transfer them into the same one, because like sometimes I'll buy them on Mum and Dad's because of O2 priority, so I'll buy them on Mum and Dad's Ticketmaster account and then I transfer them to my Ticketmaster account. But every now and then it doesn't let you transfer straight away, so it'll come to the time and I'm on Ticketmaster and I'm like, where's the tickets? Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, it wouldn't let me transfer it from Mum and Dad's, and it just saves that chaos. Like I can just look and go, where's the ticket? And I can find it straight away. Yeah. If it's one that comes through in an email, I save it to my iCloud documents and I have a folder called tickets.
Nice.
So they're in there and they're named. Just keep track of it. It's just, if you keep track of it straight away, you're not going to get to the day and panic because you'll know where they are. Yeah. It's so important because you don't want to get there and be like...
For sure. And
going through the apps. Like, you've got to the front of the queue finally and you don't know which one of the apps it's in. No.
Especially when it's one that they don't send the tickets through straight away, because you can buy tickets where they'll email you your confirmation, but it says we will send you your physical like ticket barcode and stuff like through to your phone like closer to the date of the concert, and then obviously you don't have it anywhere, so you need to make sure that you're keeping an eye out when that comes through as to where it's gone.
Keep an eye on spam folders, promotion folders, because mine will go, oh, it's from Ticketmaster, it goes into the promotion folder, and actually it's the ticket. Yeah.
So it is important to keep an eye on that, because you might think, oh, okay, I've bought them, that's sorted, but actually they don't send you the actual ticket for you to scan to get in until closer to the date, so just always keep an eye on that, which is a good thing to put on your spreadsheet as well if it's like waiting on ticket.
Yeah. I add that because I have like what app it's in or like where it is. Like I'll have like what account, so it'll be like C-Tickets, what account it's under, and then if there's anything else that I need to put, like, because I'll put, like, added to Apple Wallet if I've added it to my Apple Wallet already. Then I know I don't even need to worry. It's there. Double click,
Yeah,
it's there.
I love Apple Wallet.
But the ones it won't let you, obviously, I'll be like, it's in the app, or I'll put where it is. So if it's not generated yet, then I can be like, not yet generated.
Yeah.
But it will show here.
Yeah, that's good.
So keep track of it, because it'll save you a lot of stress in the long run.
It really will.
It really does.
It really will. So the next point would be to book your hotel and travel arrangements for your concert, making sure that it's done in advance and you don't leave it till the last minute. Yeah. This could be doing it as soon as you've booked the ticket or doing it beforehand. I know that when Taylor Swift was touring, pretty much everyone booked hotels before they bought their tickets to Taylor. I know people that didn't know which show they wanted to get. They just wanted to go to a show, so they booked a hotel in Liverpool, a hotel in London, a hotel in Manchester, like wherever, just so that they covered all bases. And because they did refundable, they then just cancelled the ones that they didn't go to, just to cover their backs to make sure. Because for big artists like that, your hotels that are close to the venue, if you don't want to walk or get a taxi a long way, they will sell out like that.
Yeah. I would also add to that, if you're going to see a smaller artist and you think, I want to go to multiple shows, I want to go to a different city or whatever, have a look at what else is on around that time. Because the chaos we were in when we just thought, we'll go see Brad Simpson in Liverpool, because we've been wanting to go and do a weekend trip to Liverpool, so we'll go that weekend and we'll see Brad. Do you know what else was on in Liverpool that weekend? Comic Con. A massive football game. I think Villa were playing in Liverpool. And I can't remember what band it was, but there was a band playing one of the stadiums as well, playing their first UK show in over 20 years.
Oh dear.
So what was just a little, we'll go see Brad, we'll have a nice weekend
A cute little getaway.
We ended up in a hotel by the airport because it was all we could get. Everything was mega expensive. Getting a reservation for food anywhere was chaos. Just, if it was any other weekend, it would have been a completely different trip. But it ended up as just chaos. So from now on, when I'm going to see a small artist, I will be finding out when Comic Con is on first.
Yeah, or like any event, like you
just
say.
Anything.
When we went to, it wasn't even for a concert, but we went to an escape room the other week, and we didn't even think about the fact that the parking might be awkward on Resorts World, because I didn't even think to check what was on at the event, like the arena. Yeah, and they had a running convention, which I'm not quite sure what it entails, but they had that on, which means that everyone was going to BP Pulse for like this event. So certain car parks were shut and stuff, and we hadn't taken that into consideration.
It's
so
the traffic as well. If you go at the wrong kind of time
yeah,
around there,
true.
If everyone's showing up for when the event starts, like, you'll want to make sure you're booking things near there before or after the doors time. There's honestly so much to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it depends how happy you are with the chaos, but like, if you were doing something like we were with the escape room where it's next to an arena, maybe think about what time you're booking it. Because I booked it for like 7:15, which is usually around doors time. It's like 7:30, so the traffic to all the car parks around there was just chaos. Like, we were standstill for a while, and I was like, we're going to be late. We need to eat yet. Oh my God.
Stress. So yeah, just plan in advance, basically.
See what else is going on nearby.
For sure.
Okay, so the next part, you've got your tickets.
Yeah.
You've travelled to the show.
You're officially going.
You get in the queue. Now, if you are queuing, and I mean like queuing for a long time, there's a lot. It's a long day, and you need to be prepared.
You need to be prepared, because I can't tell you the amount of times we've got into somewhere and people have passed out and felt sick and all sorts because they haven't queued accurately.
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, that's not always the case. Sometimes it happens. I personally have not even queued for a show, gone in, been having a great time. Suddenly, I can't see.
Take a turn for the worse.
I can't see anything. Everything's going black. I needed to get out of the crowd, and I didn't quite pass out, but I think it's the closest I've ever come to passing out.
The only time that I've ever passed out at a concert was a day that I queued from 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So I definitely didn't queue correctly that day. And I was young and naive.
Mine was 100% a panic attack. It was my first show after all of the Paris attacks and things happened back in like 2016.
Yeah.
It was a panic attack. I know what it was. I didn't at the time. Looking back, that I remember starting to panic. I remember being like, what if this is the next one? I remember having that feeling, and then that was when everything started to like go. And you know, I know that sometimes that is the case, but queuing is definitely a culprit of people passing out.
Definitely.
Like people that get in the queue and they don't want to eat because they don't want to leave the queue. Would you not have to
Take something with you.
take something with you, or Uber Eats, or you know what I mean? You put the instructions in. You can be like, I'm the one wearing this. I'm in a queue. Like you can put delivery instructions in. They can find you.
Yeah. And if
or
you're
they
with
call you.
and if you're with a friend, just speak to the people in front and behind you in the queue and just say, listen, I'm just popping to go and get something, but I'm not leaving the queue. My friend's still here.
Yeah.
And then just
You'll
pop away.
usually end up talking to people around you anyway.
Yeah, usually the people that are queuing with you are the people that are just as interested in the band, and therefore you all have mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
So
So run to the nearest Mackey's, get some food, go to the toilet. There's been a show, I wasn't there, you were, but I don't think you witnessed it, but I remember seeing on Twitter afterwards that someone had been so desperate to pee, but they didn't want to leave their spot, that they just peed. They just stood there and wet themselves, as opposed to going to the toilet and losing their spot when they were in there, because they'd queued all day. Just run to a Mackey's,
God.
just run to somewhere and use the toilet. When you get in there, one of you goes and gets a spot, one of you goes to the toilet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not. And if you lose your spot, you lose your spot.
Yeah. You don't need to pee yourself.
Imagine the lack of dignity you must have.
Yeah.
So yeah, just food is important so that you don't go in and pass out.
And hydration.
You don't. I've literally ordered a Domino's to the side of the road before, and just had it delivered to me. You can do it. You can get food without even having to leave the queue.
Or on your way to go to the queue, go and get a meal deal from Tesco. Go and get, I don't know, a hot drink or whatever from Costa, and accommodate yourself. If you know you're going to be there for a while, and then you've got to stand through support acts and before the show even starts and comes on, and queuing for merch and all sorts. You just need to treat your body like you're going into something because you're going to be standing for a really long time, and you need to prepare for that. That's definitely my downfall. I did have something to eat when I was queuing, when I passed out when I was inside. It was about halfway through the Yumi at 6 set, and I did have things to eat in the queue, but I didn't have a single drink.
Yeah, dehydration.
And I was so dehydrated.
100%. And like, especially if you're in a group, you can kind of, like, I remember we took it in turns because we were in a group of 4, so we were freezing cold as well. It was like November, and we just, like, 2 of us stayed in the queue, 2 of us went to Mackey's, went to the toilet, got any snacks or drinks that we wanted, and came back and then swapped. Like, there's things you can do, like, and be prepared for the weather as well, because I think that's another culprit is when people have queued outside in the freezing cold all day, and then they go into this hot, sweaty venue. It's a bit of a shock to the system. Like, so if you're prepared for it, I mean, when it comes to certain venues, we have a great system where we know where to park nearby. We'll go and queue a few hours before. We'll have our blankets, we'll have our big coats, we'll have our umbrellas, and then just like 10 minutes before the doors open, one of us runs it all back to the car and comes back. There's things you can do.
Yeah. You just
There's
need
ways
to
you can do it.
plan it before.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, people that just buy a blanket and they wrap themselves up in the queue and then they leave it there. Sometimes it looks awful at the time, but what a lot of venues have started doing is collecting those things that are left and they donate them to homeless shelters.
Yeah,
so those blankets, even though, you know, they've just been wrapped around you in the queue and you're expecting to lose them, they go to good causes as well.
Yeah.
For a lot of venues do that now, because otherwise they've just got all this stuff to chuck away and it's so wasteful.
Yeah. Well, we're on the topic of wearing coats and blankets, etc. to get through. I remember when we went to see the Vamps, I think it might have been the last time we saw them at the O2 in Birmingham when we went with Mum and Sue.
Very well could have been.
I think that it was. We went to the O2 Academy and saw them there, and we queued. The parents didn't queue as long, but we queued for quite a while at that one, and it was chucking it down. And I can't remember why. Did we take basically we took bin bags, and I ended up wearing a bin bag as my waterproof because I didn't take a waterproof coat. But that way I could just like get rid of it and chuck it away in the bins on the way back through, and I'd also been kept dry. But where did we get the bin bag from?
I think Rosie took them.
Did she bring them for it?
I don't know if she took them for that, or sometimes we put everything in a bag, don't we? Like when we've queued and we put them all in a bag. But we had planned to take it all back up to the car, so I don't know. Maybe it was for the queuing. Maybe it was to sit on. I think they were more intended to
sit on. It was.
And we ended up wearing them because
Yeah.
it absolutely choked it down.
Yeah.
Look at the weather forecast before you go and queue, but be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
Like,
And it is a big shock to the system when it's wet, it's rainy, you haven't really been eating very well, you've been sat like in the cold for however many hours. You've got the adrenaline and the excitement of going to the concert. It's just all a lot for your system. So just do what you can to take care of yourself in the queue. Because you're there to have a good time.
And you don't want to ruin the show for yourself, for the people around you. Like, just do what you need to do for you because, yeah, okay, it's an incredible experience seeing the band, but
you'd rather see the band from afar and be okay than queue to see the band on the front row and pass out and miss half of the
100%.
set.
I say to everyone that I go, and don't get me wrong,
Or feel ill for it.
So far I've not actually been left on my own, but I always say to people when I go to shows with them, like, if I have a moment, if I need to leave, if I'm just like, I'm going to go to the back for a second, stay where you are. I won't be offended. I'll be fine. I deal with it all the time. Thus far, no one has actually let me do that. Like, everyone has always come with me, but I wouldn't, like, I know when I need to get out before I pass out, and I'll be fine. It's if I try and stay to not ruin your fun that I will end up ruining your fun by passing out. So I'd rather be on my own at the back than drag someone with me. But, you know, you've got to know your body. I think you've got to know what works for you. And
what you can tolerate and what you can't.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm very grateful to the people that have always just come to the back with me, but I wouldn't be offended if anyone said no.
Yeah.
Like,
you've even had the security looking after you, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had ones that have bought me drinks, bought me set lists, like, and that was back when it wasn't a common thing. Like, I don't remember people stopping shows and being like, yo, someone's passed out over here, like they do now. Whether it's because they didn't, I don't know, there's a bit more of an obligation to do that now than there was before.
I'd say that's probably been happening for a good 5 years or so.
Yeah.
Maybe even like 8 years or so.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a lot more common now. I don't know, but I don't feel like they were as like prepared for it back then, and I was still so well looked after. You know what I mean? Like, people look after you. Whereas if you get to the point where you actually fully pass out, paramedics have to come get you, they'll take you out, and you miss it.
Yeah.
I'd rather see the show from further back than miss it because I'm passed out on the floor.
Exactly.
And you ruin it for everyone around you then.
Yeah.
At least for those 5 minutes while someone's getting you sorted.
Yeah, you do.
You know, it's you and everyone around you.
Your health comes first, and you've paid all that money to go to this show. Like, do what you can to be present.
For sure. So our other tip for queuing, portable charger.
Yes.
Do not forget a portable charger.
Very
if you're
important.
there a long time.
Yeah.
If it's cold, hand warmers. Genius.
Yeah.
They're so genius. If you want to, like, save them until later, you just buy one of the cheap new ones that has the disc that you press and then they warm themselves up rather than the
you
ones
can
that
get
you have
electric ones now.
Oh, you can get rechargeable
So
ones now.
they're like so you charge them before you go, and they're little boxes, and they have like a little strap, and you put it over your thumb or over your wrist, and you just hold the boxes. You just switch it on, and they stay warm until it runs out of charge.
Why has no one bought me those?
Yeah, I know, they're good, aren't they?
100%. Anything you can do to keep warm.
Yeah.
Like, I've been in, like, we were queuing that November and we were freezing cold and we'd got a blanket and we were even in a doorway under shelter from the rain and we were still so cold. And there was someone down the front of the queue wearing, like, practically nothing. And I was like,
it makes me cold watching.
Like, they must have been there all day. We were only there a couple of hours early.
Yeah.
They were at the front. They had been there literally all day in just, like,
a skirt.
Just a skirt and a bra. Like,
yeah.
it was like
it makes me cold looking at those people. I'm like, how are you alive?
I don't know how people do it, but I run cold all the time anyway. So.
Me too. But on that note, actually, something that we haven't wrote down is obviously you need to stay warm when you get in there. A tip that I would give you that I've never actually done, but I always think about it, and I do have one, so I don't know why I don't take it with me, is then the opposite issue, because you can wrap up because you know you're going to be queuing, but you know how warm it's going to be inside the venue, which is really frustrating, which is why it is nice when you park close and you can take your layers off and drop them back to the car. That's a good thing to do if you can park close. If that's not an option for you, then you've still got all your layers. If there's not a cloakroom, then you're standing holding all your shit, and it's just not very convenient. Take a fan.
Yeah.
Either one that like whirs on its own, or I've got like a pull-out fan that you can fan yourself with, that you just like spread open, and like a manual fan, I suppose you'd call it. Or you can get like obviously the charged ones, but I think that they're very important, especially when you've been queuing outside in the cold, or in the summer when it's hot. And I will say less so in the summer when it's hot, because then they usually have the aircon on really high in the venue. But even still, like you can still get very hot. Yeah.
If you know the venue and you know it's hot in there no matter what, you know, O2 Academy vibes.
Yeah. Take a little fan with you. Honestly, it's a
The
godsend.
first time I saw someone in the O2 Academy with a fan, I was like,
how have I never thought of this? Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
Need to do that. Still haven't bought one.
No.
But I think it every time I see people with their fans, and I'm like,
yeah.
how have I not?
Genius,
How have I not
honestly.
done that?
Yeah. So I just wanted to touch on that because we haven't noted that one down, but it came to me as you were talking.
Because that is another culprit of passing out as well, just overheating.
Yeah.
That's what gets me.
Yeah.
I don't do well in too hot or too cold, so like concerts when you're queuing outside in the cold and then you go in and you're sweating, it's hell for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like a reptile that needs to be maintained at the perfect temperature.
I know, me too. I'm only happy if I am a good temperature.
Yeah.
If I'm too hot, too cold, I'm out.
Yeah. If it's 19 or 21, I'm not happy, and it needs to be 20.
Yeah, honestly.
Something that's become a much more popular thing recently, I think, is trends at the gig. So you've got the viral dances that everyone's doing, especially like boot scoots and stuff like that. Like
we learned a boot
with the
scoot
crowd.
for Harry Styles.
Yeah.
And did we learn the one for Sabrina?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man-child. And then there's also certain things, like almost like Rocky Horror style callback, like call and response, kind of things. Like there's certain songs, the ones that I know are all going to be for the Vamps, but like...
I know one for the 1975, which is Matty Healy sings, and he works at a petrol station, and then the crowd goes, selling petrol! And like, it's like not in the show, stupid, but everyone knows now to sing selling petrol.
Yeah, so things like that. Watch clips of like these artist shows.
And you join in, and it sounds like, it just feels like you're all part of one like community, and you just
don't want to feel left out.
Yeah, it's the best
for sure. So that is my next.
Also,
one.
like outfits and stuff. I feel like prior to the last sort of 5 years, it was never a thing for people to like go all out with their outfits and do themes and dress up and all that kind of thing. Whereas now, I feel like, you know, you've got your cowboy hats, you've got your sunglasses, you've got
Imagine
Sabrina
being the
outfits.
only person at Pitbull without a bald cap and sunglasses on.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
You'd be the only person there with hair showing.
yeah. Like, I think that it's really nice when you're all getting together and putting the effort in to be part of the community that's all like dressing up and taking part in it. Don't get me wrong, it's not a necessity, and if it's not a bit of you, then it's not a bit of you, but it's nice sometimes when, like, for example, everyone dressing up for Sabrina in like the heels and the sequins and stuff, and
the corsets.
Katy Perry, everyone was dressing up with like the lollipop boobs and like ice cream and stuff. It, like, just participating in that kind of thing, it makes it feel so much more special, and you're like memorable. For you. So yeah, outfits, dances, callbacks.
I don't know what to call those. I'm going to go with call and
song
response.
responses. Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's...
If you don't know the artist that well and you want to know all the songs, research the set list. But I never do that because I like the surprise, but that's something that you could do.
But I mean, they're different for everyone as well. Like, there was then the trend that it's not happened for anyone else, but there became the trend at the Coldplay shows of when the like couples cam went around, everyone would pretend to hide like that like Guy did.
Oh, that's so funny.
So like, there's just different things for each show, isn't there? Like, if you want to be involved with the trends, you need to be chronically online with anything to do about the tour, and you need to see what trends are going on.
Yeah.
Again, that's optional.
And
Don't
again,
have to.
not even just the dances, the TikTok trends. So like we've done that one before that there's like, how weird when I do this and then I do this, I end up here. And like the different like trends that are going around TikTok and stuff, if it's something that you're into and that you enjoy doing as a hobby or as a job or whatever you do, then it's good to research before you go so that you can make those happen. And we do like the transitions with our outfit changes and things like that, which is just fun to do.
Mm-hmm. And some just happen on the spot.
Yeah,
We did that Big Time Rush one.
Yeah.
When we went to Big Time Rush, and the views that got on TikTok like really shocked me.
Yeah.
And it was just something that we just sort of like, we're just on the train and we just filmed it. Like it wasn't planned. We just went, let's do this.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And that was like so bizarre at the time. My biggest one that I have never strayed from: wear flats.
Oh my gosh. So I know I've just said about the platforms for Sabrina, and to be fair, I did wear boots that were like this high, but they were boots. So even though they were platformed, I didn't feel like I was falling. They weren't like stilettos because it was chunky boots. It was just high up off the floor.
I did the same kind of thing. I wore platform trainers for Sabrina, and I love wearing those to gigs because they just give me that extra bit of height because I am so small.
Yeah.
But they're trainers, they're still flat, so it's all about what works for you. If you're used to wearing heels on your feet for hours, then great, good for you. I'm jealous. But I don't last in heels for more than 10 minutes at a time, so I have these platform trainers, and they're a good chunky platform, but
especially
they're so comfortable.
because I'm not being funny, but when you're actually in the concert, no one's going to see your feet. So you may as well wear trainers and have a good time and enjoy it a bit more. And you can dance and jump around a little bit better. You don't have to worry about standing on people's feet with your heels on. Yeah. Like, obviously, if you stand on someone's foot with your trainer on, you'd still apologise. But, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I suppose it depends on what kind of shows you're going to. I mean, you wouldn't wear stilettos if you're planning on going in a mosh pit.
No.
So it kind of depends on what kind
or
of
like
show
a
you're
heeled
going
boot or anything though, even like just be sensible with your footwear for sure.
I always think it was like the crowd surfers at like hardcore shows, and they have like
massive
emo
boots,
and I'm like, ow.
Yeah. Clonk.
Like the way they get you, man.
For sure.
But you know, it's all about what's comfortable for you. But like, if you're not used to wearing heels for a prolonged period of time, don't do it. It's not worth it.
I can say from experience you have a lot more fun if you're just in like a flat boot or a trainer.
Yeah. Like I say, my platform trainers are my favourite. Absolute favourite for shows.
Fair. Another thing I'd say is make sure that you don't take anything with you that you want to risk getting taken off you. For example, any like mini perfumes, etc. They don't always let you in with liquids. So when you go through the gates or the doors and you're having your searches done, they don't always like let you keep everything. So like sometimes I've even had chewing gum taken off me, which you wouldn't expect to. But if you buy like, it's mainly for like little perfumes and things that are a little bit more expensive, but any kind of food, drinks, they won't let you in with it because they want you to buy it from the venue. So just anything that you don't want taken off you, make sure you don't take it with you because if it's valuable, it's gone.
There's also still rules for
big cameras.
Certain cameras, yeah. So, I mean, each place is different, and I'm not 100% because you don't need them these days. Phones can get just as good videos as cameras these days. So unless you have a press pass, I think one of the rules is like cameras that you can take the lenses off. If it's got a removable lens, that's counted as like a professional camera.
Okay.
Or there's certain rules I haven't looked into it that much, like I say, because I don't intend on taking my very expensive camera.
Sometimes it's even like ones with flash and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's certain rules. So anything like that, like they can't stop you from taking your phone in, but I mean, then again, some of them do.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. Like, only take what you need. You don't want to be lugging stuff that you don't need anyway.
Less so, like if you're sat down, then it doesn't matter as much because you can take a bag and put it under your seat. But yeah, just don't take anything that you want to risk getting taken off you. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, and just look into like the rules for that venue. Like,
bag sizes.
You normally get an email from the venue for, especially for bigger gigs, ahead of time telling you what the rules are. So most of them are no bags any bigger than an A4 piece of paper is the general rule. So you can take small bags, you know, you need your phone, your keys and whatnot. And sometimes you're in a dress and no pockets.
Yeah.
You know, you can take a bag, but
not always like backpacks or...
Yeah, like, I always hate it when we go to shows in, like, cities and we, like, walking around the shops and I'm like, but I can't buy anything because we don't have time to go back to the hotel first and I'm not going to be able to take a Primark bag in with me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And I wouldn't want to, but, yeah, like, just research the rules.
Yeah.
Before you get there. Make sure you know what you can and can't take. Unless you are just taking your phone and a lipstick, then you're fine.
We're all because you're not, but we're all partial to a little drink here and there when we go to a show. I always like to have a few pre-drinks in a hotel or getting ready beforehand, a couple of AU cans or whatever, because it just gives you a buzz, a little bit of a like carefree, like loosen up a bit spirit. I'm not promoting drinking by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm just saying sometimes if you're of age, it's nice to have a little drink. So my point would be, enjoy your drink to get you a nice little level of tipsy, but please don't go overboard. You're probably going to ruin it for yourself. You are going to then forget the night that you've just spent hundreds of pounds for. And you're probably going to be really annoying, to be honest.
You will piss off everyone around you.
And I'm talking like not just having fun, I'm talking like falling over.
Yeah,
like,
when you can no longer
up.
control yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to annoy everyone around you. You're going to annoy your friends that are now having to look after you. If, you know, especially, I mean, I know someone that went to a festival, there was a band they really, really wanted to see, got too drunk, passed out, missed the band they wanted to see. It's not worth it.
No.
And you're not going to remember the day anyway now.
What a waste of your money.
Such a waste. And, I mean, like you say, I don't drink, so maybe I can't say anything, but I used to drink and I never drank at gigs. I need the toilet the whole time. Like, I will just be on the toilet.
I will say I never used to have a drink at a gig, but I do like it now if I drink beforehand. I don't really like buying multiple drinks in there because they're so expensive. I usually will go in and get a drink, maybe, like just to stand through the supports and stuff.
Yeah.
But like that one drink has cost me like £10 to £15 and I'm not buying another one.
It's crazy. And you don't want to be that person.
No, you're
Especially
ruining it for your friends. You're ruining it for yourself. You're not going to remember it. You're not going to enjoy it. And the people around you are going to have to be looking after you and you're ruining the experience for them. And it's like they've spent their money to go with you to it. So don't ruin it.
And especially for someone who gets aggressive when you drink, don't go starting fights in the crowd. I never understand how people end up in fights in the crowd. We're all here to just enjoy the same show.
I know.
What are you fighting for?
It's sad.
I used to be so anti-hearing protection. I used to be like, no, I want to be able to hear it. I want to be able to feel it. You can hear it better with hearing protection in because it kind of cancels out all the screaming from the crowd. Like,
don't get me wrong, if your friend's talking to you, you probably can't hear them, but...
I think I can hear everything like that better, though.
Oh, really?
I think because it drowns out, like, the top end. It just stops it from being, like, overbearing. You can still hear everything else pretty normally. I can just hear myself really loudly because it's obviously like pressing down. But 100%, you want to still be able to hear the things when you're 80.
Yes.
And you just won't be... The volume our dad has to have the TV on now, because he's been to so many gigs over the years and never worn hearing protection, is ridiculous. And you want to be able to still hear that and enjoy that when you're older, and you don't want to damage your hearing. And do you know how nice it is when you actually come out of a gig and you don't have tinnitus?
Yeah. Also for the joy of being able to go to more concerts when you're older and not being, like, deaf. Yeah. Like, you can
there are
really
some people
damage...
that get told, like, if you go to another gig, you will never hear another thing
your
again.
eardrum will
like,
burst.
they're going to be the last straw. And you don't want to be that person. And if you genuinely can hear everything so much better, you can hear the music so much better.
I must say, I've never worn hearing protection to a concert because I always forget and I don't have reusable ones. However, for Christmas, your other half kindly bought me some hearing protection, which I can now attach to my keys, so I'll always have it with me.
Which is exactly what he did for me and made me start wearing it.
Yeah, so going forward, so going forward, we're going to have healthy ears.
Yeah. You've just got to remember then to take them off your keys if you're staying in a hotel and you leave your keys in the hotel, because that's got me so many times.
Yes. Yes, fair enough.
So 100%, don't care what anyone says, hearing protection.
Health first, that's what we're getting through to you in this
100%.
in this episode.
You come first.
Right, I think that's about it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching another week. We'll see you next Thursday again with a brand new video. And as always, all of our socials and stuff you can find us on Gig and Tell Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that lovely stuff. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week with another video.
And drop your tips and tricks in the comments.
Yes, if you've got any additional ones, then please feel free to let us know, because we're just girls, so teach us your ways. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye.